Welcome back to Car Alerts, where we dig deep into the heart of every machine, and today we're looking at what might just be the finest driver's car in the world right now, the updated GT3 from Stuttgart. If you thought Porsche had already reached the pinnacle of naturally aspirated performance with the last GT3, think again. The 2025 Porsche 911 GT3 992.2 isn't a revolution, it's an evolution, but one that manages to be sharper, faster, and somehow even more involving than before. At first glance, it might seem that not much has changed. The overall silhouette remains classic Porsche, low, wide, and unmistakably 911. But take a closer look at the front end, and you'll begin to notice the subtleties. The bumper has been redesigned with improved aero efficiency in mind. Larger openings for airflow flank the new central intake, giving the GT3 a more menacing appearance. Porsche's engineers have revised the air curtain system as well, helping to smooth the flow around the front wheels and reduce lift at high speeds. The LED matrix headlights have a new internal signature, subtly reminding you this isn't just a carryover model, it's been refined, meticulously. The front hood still retains the Naka-style ducts seen on the previous GT3, channeling cool air directly where it's needed without compromising the slippery aerodynamic shape. Moving to the side profile, the car remains faithful to its motorsport DNA. The fenders are beautifully sculpted, and the lightweight forged wheels are wrapped in Michelin Pilot Sport Cup 2 tires as standard, with the option for the even more aggressive Cup 2 rupees. You can spec center-lock wheels for that added race day drama, and carbon ceramic brakes with yellow calipers if you're really planning to use the GT3 as intended. The lower side skirts now feature additional sculpting, and if you know what to look for, you'll spot slight revisions to the mirror housings and side intakes, small tweaks that incrementally enhance airflow efficiency and cooling. Porsche has always been about evolution rather than revolution, and this updated side profile is the embodiment of that design philosophy. It's the same GT3 we loved, now a bit more focused, a bit more optimized. As we reach the rear, the differences become more apparent. The swan-neck rear wing has been revised not only for downforce but also for drag reduction. Porsche claims they've increased rear downforce without compromising top speed, and in testing, the wing adjustments play a huge role in high-speed stability. The rear bumper has larger vent cutouts and a reshaped diffuser, which now extends further under the car, contributing to a more planted rear end at triple-digit speeds. The iconic centrally mounted dual exhaust pipes remain, but the valance has been reworked for better thermal management and airflow. The taillights are now slimmer, with a more modern LED signature, and the Porsche script across the deck lid glows in certain trims, a sleek detail that adds to the GT3's unmistakable road presence. Interior. Stepping into the cabin, you're immediately reminded that the GT3 walks the razor's edge between race car and road car. The interior is functional yet premium, with Alcantara and leather covering most touch points. Porsche continues to offer the Club Sport package, which brings a half-cage, fire extinguisher, and harnesses for those intending to visit the track regularly. But even without it, the cabin feels focused. The GT3 specific steering wheel is perfectly sized, with zero clutter, no capacitive buttons here, just pure tactile control. Behind it, the updated digital analog hybrid gauge cluster remains, now with sharper graphics and more configurable layouts. A new track screen simplifies the view down to revs, speed, and tire pressures when you're chasing lap times. Porsche's latest PCM infotainment system is slick and more responsive, although it wisely stays out of the way when you're focused on driving. Apple CarPlay and Android Auto are standard, but you won't be spending much time fiddling with playlists when you've got that 9,000 RPM redline calling your name. The seats, whether you choose the standard sport buckets, the adaptive 18-way units, or the full carbon fiber shells, hold you tight without being punishing. Build quality is flawless, as you'd expect, and every button, dial, and switch feels engineered for longevity and feedback. But let's not kid ourselves, the GT3 is about performance. Porsche has kept the naturally aspirated 4.0-liter flat-six alive, and in the 992.2 GT3, it sings louder and revs even more freely. Now making 525 horsepower and 343 lb-ft of torque, it's not about huge numbers, it's about the way they're delivered. Power is linear, immediate, and utterly addictive. This engine is derived directly from Porsche's racing program, and it shows. It revs to 9,000 RPM with urgency, and the throttle response is razor sharp. With the standard 6-speed manual or the lightning-quick 7-speed PDK, the GT3 can hit 60 miles per hour in just over 3 seconds. But the numbers don't tell the full story. It's the drama, the engagement, the way the car communicates every surface change and grip level directly to your fingertips. The suspension setup remains a double wishbone front and multi-link rear, honed to perfection for road and track. In this updated 992 2 model, Porsche has revised the dampers for more precise control, giving you better compliance over rough surfaces without losing sharpness. The steering is still electrically assisted, but it's arguably the best in the business, communicative, perfectly weighted, and endlessly confidence-inspiring. The car rotates with the kind of balance most supercars only dream of, thanks to rear axle steering, a finely tuned limited slip differential, and Michelin's relentless grip. Whether you're carving up a mountain road or setting lap times at the Nürburgring, the GT3 remains utterly composed and deeply rewarding. This isn't a car that isolates you, it involves you, demands from you, and in return, gives you the kind of satisfaction that turbocharged rivals simply can't match. The brakes, especially with the optional carbon ceramics, are fade-free and brutally effective, inspiring confidence lap after lap. Now for the practical bit, the pricing. The 2025 Porsche 911 GT3 992.2 starts at around $182,000, but as with any Porsche, options can easily push it well beyond $200,000. Add the carbon ceramic brakes, WISAC package, upgraded seats, front axle lift, premium audio, and you could be staring at a $240,000 window sticker. But in this segment, price isn't just about hardware, it's about the experience, the emotion, and the engineering finesse. And on that front, the GT3 more than justifies its sticker. Sure, there are more powerful cars out there, and there are faster ones in a straight line. But few, if any, can match the level of driver involvement, precision, and usable performance that the 2025 GT3 offers. It's not trying to be the loudest or the flashiest, it's just trying to be the best, and in many ways, it is. So where does that leave us? With the 992.2 GT3, Porsche hasn't reinvented the formula, they've refined it, distilled it, and made it even more compelling. It's a car that reminds you why we fall in love with driving in the first place. In a world increasingly filled with hybrids, EVs, and artificial soundtracks, the GT3 remains gloriously, defiantly analog. It's the kind of car that makes you wake up early on a Sunday morning just to go for a drive. The kind of car you don't just own, but build memories with. If you've been lucky enough to drive one, you'll know exactly what I mean. And if you haven't, well, start saving. Because this car isn't just a performance benchmark. It's a passion project from Porsche, and a love letter to enthusiasts. That's it for today's review of the 2025 Porsche 911 GT3 992.2. If you enjoyed this deep dive into one of the world's greatest drivers' cars, be sure to hit that like button, subscribe to Car Alerts, and drop a comment below telling us your favorite generation of GT3. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.